Bet Online continues to be the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, Bet Online provides you with all the action and the ability to watch the games as they happen. With the largest selection of odds on everything from football, the NBA, and college basketball, NHL to UFC. Head to Bet Online today and don't forget to use promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for your welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, the game starts here.
Boogie like Benson, I'm a Who Dat. I'm a Who Dat. Long as I'm living, I'm a Who Dat. Lose or winning, I'm a Who Dat. Sports Coma, yeah, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like Benson, I'm a Who Dat. I'm a Who Dat. Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Somebody please better help. Running this thing like elf. I thank God every day I'm not a felt. Go to YouTube live with Big Q and the guys. If you ain't ride or die, the bandwagon get flipped. Been marching in, that was way for the ring. I was yelling out your shame for the championship. Bucking on Tampa, duck down. Falcons, pluck, get shut down. Panthers ain't much touchdown. The vision really belong to us now. So much hate on the Saints, you could probably tell. Ever since Bounty Gate hit the NFL. When things seem fishy, then you probably smell the crooked referees on Roger Goodell. Yeah, probably like this, and I'm a Who Dat. Every day I'm living, I'm a Who Dat. Lose or winning, I'm a Who Dat. This is Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like this, and I'm a Who Dat. This is Sports Coma, this is where we do that.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
All right, shout out to the fam, man. Shout out to the mighty Who Dat Nation, man. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, where we have intense, entertaining, educating, and enlightening sport talk from your favorite sports fam. What's poppin', fam? Appreciate y'all for being in the live, man. I'm popping in with y'all a little later than when I want to. I had a pretty busy day. I wanted to kind of do a stream a little earlier today, but schedule conflict. So I'd rather do one late as opposed to tomorrow's Patreon Tuesday. I got some other platform work. I got to put in some more. We got some more videos, breakdowns, positional breakdowns in terms of the draft, the first mock draft that I'm releasing also on Patreon tomorrow. Some interesting picks that I got going on tomorrow, family. We're going to have some fun on Patreon tomorrow. So we'll be looking out there for our Patreon YouTube membership family. But shout out to you guys. Appreciate y'all for being in the live on this one, man. Listen, man, what can I tell y'all about the search? The Saints still looking. They on that search, man. They're looking for a new head coach, man. And there's a lot of rumors circulating around some of these people, man. This is a report right here by who is this? Saints Wire. Shout out to John Sigler. This is one he's talking about the Saints to interview Kellen Moore now. You know, they're supposed to be up there going to take their plane up there to meet with Kellen Moore, who's the offensive coordinator of the Eagles, who took apart the Washington Commanders. And they are going to the Super Bowl up against the Kansas City Chiefs, who beat the Buffalo Bills in an affair. So Chiefs and the Eagles in the Super Bowl in the city of New Orleans in 2 weeks. So how y'all feel about that one, right? Hey, man, you know, the Eagles is just something else. That defense, man. You know, they got a couple of Saints on that defense, man. They're really paying big dividends, aren't they, family? But, yeah, congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles. Shout out to them, man. They did what they did. They went to the season, man. It was not as easy as they would have liked it to been toward early, but they were able to dig in, getting better every week, and now they represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. So that's big, man. That's big. Several years ago, Dougie Peterson took the Eagles to the Super Bowl and won it. And then several years later, they got a different coach doing it. That's Howie Roseman up there, man. That's what you got when you got leadership that don't just smash their ass and make a bunch of excuses. They actually go out and make things pop and shake. They make trades. They draft. They draft well. They bring in people, and they consistently be about the business of trying to get better from week to week. And you can see the dividends paid in because, man, the Eagles are in the Super Bowl in the Saints building. While the Saints are there looking crazy as hell, man. But at the end of the day, man, the Saints trying to find a coach. Maybe they're trying to pilfer one offensive coordinator from the Philly team. They're going to talk to him. Now, we do realize and know that they did speak later. They already spoke to recently. They were able to talk to Mike Kafka as well as Anthony Weaver. They've done that already. There are reports indicating that the Saints are lining up Kellen Moore, and early this week they'll get with him first, and then later on in the week they have one situation set up with Mike McCarthy. They want to be able to interview Mike McCarthy and get his word on it. And of course, we've with Washington getting knocked out of there, Cliff Kingsbury, does he come available to be interviewed? Some speculation saying that he's going to stay in Washington. He might pull a Joe Brady on you and stay and stay in Washington. And hey man, I ain't mad at you, man. All right, big ups to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for being in the stream. Won't be a long stream today. What's up, Klint? Shout out to you, JT, Travis, Pelicans, Nola, Molly Mall, J Rock. I see you, fam. Appreciate you, brother. K Man, big ups to you, Gary. I see you, Gary Caraway. Shout out to you, my brother. Appreciate you. Thank you, sir. All right, Super Saints fan. Shout out to you. Do you think if they flew out to get him, they agree to terms? Now, there are some rumors. Thank you for the question, bro. There are some rumors, a rumored report that he would, if you hire him, that he will come with Martindale, which is his defensive coordinator. Now, there are some news that dealing with former Saints coordinators. We'll get to that momentarily. But at the end of the day, man, the Kellen Moore thing is very real. It's very real. And some people see him as the front runner. At first, it was McCarthy, but they're seeing him as the front runner. And, like I said, man, I'm going to bring in some guys coming up this week to kind of talk about who these coaches are from their perspective. We're not talking media people. I'm talking about content creators. We'll bring in and get their words on who they think these guys are, and give us the inside baseball on who these men are, because we only see so much. Like, I can give game to the Seattle team, but they got Klint Kubiak up there. They got Kubiak as their offensive coordinator. And if the Seattle family base say, hey, man, Q, we need to know about this guy. I mean, what do you think about it? And I said, well, listen, bro, when he got all his players, he looks good, but the guy is a terrible adjuster. That's a big part of his game. He has to change, man. When he loses his top people, he don't know what to do. He's not creative. And he doesn't adjust. He doesn't have a counter punch and a counter punch. So just you guys better make sure you stay as healthy as you can, because without that guy, boy, that dude there, man. I'll just keep it real, man. You keep that shit. People be like, get brainwashed like the guy's going to be something else, man. No, man. No, that guy need to work on his game, man. He was terrible at adjusting. But yeah, man, we're going to keep it. We're going to see how this goes. But yeah, we got some news on that. He was able to go. Dame says, hey, Q, did you see the report that said Saints are not enamored with hire? Yes, I did see that, Dame. Shout out to you, brother. As a head coach, I don't see how the insider said that when the Saints didn't talk to McCarthy yet. How would they say that they're not enamored with him? And when we talk about Saints, we only talk about one person. That's Mickey Loomis. How could, Mickey Loomis is easily enamored. What part of the game is that? It's commonsensically, you talk about it, you be like, man, what are you talking about? But I did see that report, my brother. And I'm saying to myself, when did they figured out that they were not enamored? And it's not they, it's Mickey Loomis. Okay, that's number one. And Mickey Loomis is easily enamored. Seriously, look what Dennis Allen. What the hell did Dennis Allen do to get the job? You know, so I'm like, yeah, I don't know, bro, but we just have to watch out. But a lot of rumors coming out about right now, so you'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right, yeah. Garrett says, hey, who that Q? Who that to you, brother? He says, the Saints are slow about everything, players and coaches. Yeah, and they're taking their time and doing their due diligence. If you waited this amount of time, you might as well see if Kingsbury was interested. He said he'll shut it down after the season to talk to people. It could be a situation where the Saints reach back out to him or he reaches out to the Saints for an interview. We'll see all that going on now. There is no timetable, according to what Mickey Loomis said about the team hiring the next head coach. There's no time frame, although you want to be able to get guys in, because as the longer the time frame plays out, you see all these guys are getting pilfered by all these teams that need coaches. So you'll start seeing guys, the offensive coordinator that you might want, getting taken by another team. This other guy, that other guy, you see what I'm saying? And you'll be like Pete Carroll's putting his staff together. The Dallas Cowboys putting their staff together. The Jets and teams, even the guys that didn't fire their coaches, some of these guys fired coordinators and are out there hiring these guys, and you'll get, left with the rest. So that is also a drawback to waiting and being too patient. Like Mickey Loomis did say he's overly patient. I disagreed. I said, no, he's overly lazy. That's what the hell it is. All right. Yeah. All right. The Slim said, don't sleep on Rizzy. Y'all know how Mickey is. Exactly. They did. Remember, we don't be fooled by, just keep your eyes open and know that you're not dealing with really super intelligent leadership here. You can see about over the season, a lot of the stuff that he said, like look beyond the results and all that idiot crap, garbage, filth, to justify losing and non-accountability. So when you got a guy that's foolish to say rhetoric like that, it's no telling what he would do. You know what I mean? It's crazy. All right. JT says, Q, I'm not going to hold you long. Exactly. What's up, Chantel? Shout out to Chantel. Shout out to Linda. What if no one agrees to be right? Then Mickey Loomis would coach the team. There you go. Hold on now. You goddamn guys here. Hold on. All right, hold on. You right there. Hold on. I want you to go over there. And hold on. Derek, you throw that guy the ball over there. You mean the wide receiver, Mickey? That's right. You throw that goddamn guy the ball. Hold on. You Taysom. You play over there. All right. That's Mickey would be your new head coach. And then you would win 0 games. Yeah, no one wants to do. All right, shout out to the face. I don't care who the coach is for the Falcons family for life. Just hit. Yeah, thank you, bro. He said, I don't care who the coach is. Yeah, thank you, bro. Appreciate you. All right, much love. Appreciate your support, my man. Yeah, it's all right, man. I've seen a few of the guys you guys hired as well, man. So, but listen, man, just even though y'all haven't been in the playoffs in a while, understand and know that you guys are headed in the right direction. Okay, you guys are headed in the right direction, right? You got your quarterback of the future. You got good talent still on the team. You do have some money and some leverage to move around. You got a few more pieces to add. You have some new coaches coming in. You had to fix the defense. So you got that coming, but you are headed in the right direction. You're not headed in the opposite direction. You're headed in the direction you're supposed to be in. You're just taking along. You just got a slower car. You're headed in the right direction, but you're driving a Pinto as opposed to you driving a Ferrari. You see what I'm saying? The Ferrari going to get there faster, but eventually you're going to get there. You're headed in the right direction. What's up, Backwoods? Shout out to you. What's up, OG Jerry? Shout out to my brother Jerry. Maul says, Q, the emergency coach is me. So if you see a report about a new coach, you hear, okay, I got you. All right, Maul, you got it, brother. You got that, brother. I got you. All right. What's up, Kai? Kai said, with Kubiak making his exit from Saints, who should be our OC? That's a good question, bro. It depends. It's hard. It depends on who your coach is, though, bro. Because usually a head coach, whether it's McCarthy or Moore or Weaver or Kafka, it depends because their philosophies, what you see what kind of system McCarthy running, it depends. But me personally, if you shooting for names, I'm not mad at Bobby Slowick. I'm not mad at Bobby Slowick. I thought he was supposed to be interviewed. The Texans fired him. And I thought the Texans offensively were actually pretty good. They were way better than the Saints. I mean, consistently they had some stuff going on, some discontinuity on some stuff, but offensively speaking, their offense was way more consistent than what we put out there. And I'm just saying, not even talking about the injuries. I'm speaking to just about coaching and consistency, because coaches know you're not going to have your players, some of your best players all the time. You still got to be able to get the backups on code and be able to put together good performances so you can sneak out wins, because you're not going to have your starters all the time. A lot of them guys going to get hurt, and you got to get the backups prepared to go out there and win a ball game. So, I mean, our offense sit up here and say, well, we ain't have all these people. To hell with all that. You supposed to, that's why they pay you the big bucks. If you only counting on some of these guys, these starters and these people like that, man, you dumb as hell out here, man. Because they got guys, people were winning when starters were hurt. They were still winning games. They were still winning games when the starters were hurt. So that's not an excuse, but like I said, it's another level to get there. And then you listen, that excuses are for I can't even say for the birds, because the birds in the Super Bowl. But nobody, man, no. That's even in the Bible, right? When they talk about the story of Job, y'all familiar with the story of Job for my people out there? Job, the short stories was Job had everything taken from him. He's a rich man. He lost his stuff. His real estate was taken from him. His family was taken from him. His money was taken from him. His position was taken from him. And, people, shunned him, and, he just took apart. But while he was being took apart, he didn't just sit there and say, oh Lord, I'm a real one. I'm a rock with you. Now, Job complained the whole damn time. He complained the whole time. Oh Lord, why? I'm the best servant, of all this kind of stuff, right? Did it change his fortunes? It did not change his fortune. It didn't change for him until he stopped complaining. When he stopped complaining, it all changed, because complaining and making excuses don't do nothing. It don't do nothing to help you. Excuse making and all this kind of crap, it don't do nothing for you but keep you in the hole. Because all them excuses, all that bullshit you saying is holding you back from coming up with solutions to get out of that hole, to figure out what you need to do. You see what I'm saying? Because that's all that is just those trials and tribulations are a mirror. It's just all it is a test to test your integrity, to test your intestinal fortitude, to test your moral system, to see if you really as solid as you say you are, and you're a real one. Well, guess what? For you to be a real one, you got to go through some real stuff and graduate from that, baby, to be a real one. People say that crap, man, but they don't understand, man. A real one go through some stuff to be considered a real one. They really do. You go through some stuff. And it's not just about being a person that survived it. You have to thrive. That's what a growth. You don't just go through it, you grow through it. That's what they say. You don't go through it, you grow through it. You got that? Grow. But sit up here. That's my mindset when I be telling people about these injuries. See, they know better than that. The Saints know that's just something they tell you to placate you. But I know better. The best teams and winning teams don't make any excuses. They grow through it. They figure out what they need to do, and they keep winning. That's what you're supposed to do. If you can't do that, then get the hell out of the way and let somebody else do it. You hear me? All right. Big up, Steve. What's up, Jerry? He says, Q, you've been warning us about Loomis. What goes up comes down. This bum talking, slick, smacking gum, unprofessional results, shaking my head. Shout out to you, brother Jerry. And yeah, man, I've been talking about this for a while. My little brother TJ dropped some inside baseball, telling them, and they were pretending like what he was saying wasn't the truth. Let me tell you something, brother. That brother said that, man, he don't talk no mess and no garbage. If he said it, you can take it to the bank and cash it. That's how serious and thorough this is. But but see, it just goes to show you that there's certain cats that people believed are ordained with the inside information. An information broker could be anybody. If you got enough paper, you could pay off people inside the building yourself. That's what the information broker are. That's all these insiders are. The information brokers. Hell, you go and look up their how much they were, you see. And like, huh, damn, I ain't know this dude that he comes off as a reporter, but nah, he paying people. You paying them nicely too. Because a lot of them cats don't want to give up their jobs, get caught leaking information. That get you fired. That's in some situation, that's a breach of agreement. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Yeah, I've been talking about making loans. That's why I told y'all I make fun of everything I told y'all about making loans is 100% facts. Everything I said was 100% facts about making loans. Him being extremely petty, him being an egotistical, elitist type person. All that I said was true. I even gave y'all receipts behind it. The whole thing, the interviews and all that stuff, running away from tough questions, berating, being disrespectful, unprofessional, saying all this other kind of stuff to people. The Saints don't tell them nothing. And there's people pinpoint Mickey Loomis because he's out there. But also, please feel free with all that fire and smoke to put some of it on Gail and Dennis Lauscher, because these people are also a part of this funk and this stink. If you're not going to do right by the team, then sell it and get the hell out the way. Take the money and go do your charity work. But you screwing up the legacy of what the Saints supposed to represent. It ain't all about just making money. See, we knew Tom Benson, everything Tom Benson wasn't right either. When Tom Benson was here, we had to get Tom Benson together. We had to get Tom Benson together too. We had to get him together. All that stuff he wasn't doing was true. We had to get him because he wanted to make money too. He was cheap. And we had to put some pain on him. And sooner or later, he started opening up that pocketbook. But yeah, the Who Dat Nation did that to him. And sometimes you got to get these guys together. You got to flip out of the zealot mind to get these people together. It's about that time. That's why I be telling people you need to come on up out of that mind, man, and stop letting these players make it. Sitting up here talking, telling you we want this guy to be. Shut the hell up. You're a 5-win team with 12 losses. We want this guy to be the coach. Guy had 3 stinking wins. 3 stinking wins on the season, and we want this guy to be the coach. Man, shut up. We're not listening to you players, man. Y'all ain't doing shit but collecting the check. And see, that's the difference with me than a lot of cats, because I know my place. I was here before they got here, and I'm gonna be gone well after. They're gonna be gone while I'm still here, while you still here. See, you don't change your colors. They do. Many of them do. Very rarely you'll catch one that stay with you from day one to day end. But you need to know your place, and you drive this thing, not them. You drive it. And the moment you take your rightful place where you belong, you'll steer this whole thing to where it need to be. That's what it comes down to. You get me? That's what I'm on, man. I don't care about none of this other stuff, man. I really don't. I don't care about none of this other stuff, bro. That's why I go when these players start talking crazy, who go at them? I don't care about who you are. I'd say that I'm important and you important, because without you, there is no Who Dat Nation. The Who Dat Nation don't exist without you. It's not the players. They are merely representatives for you. Without you, there is no Who Dat Nation. There is no support base. There is no Superdome. None of that. You are the reason why all this is here. Take your place where you belong. That's what I say. And that's how I operate. That's the energy I operate on. A lot of them don't like it. Guess what? I don't give a damn. That's what it is. That's the truth. It's 100% truth is what it is. I got a rough message because it's rough times. Hey, listen. Yeah, I've been rough over the years, fam, but I got a rough lesson. But listen, I got a rough lesson, but it's a gentle love. It's a rough message, but a gentle love for the family members. I got love for my family, for the mighty Who Dat Nation that deserve better than this. I'm not smiling because of this funk and this failure and this trash. You damn right I'm going to go after them. And I'm going to continue to go after them. Man, but shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for being in the stream, man. Listen, kind of cooking a little late, but it's all right. What's up, Tate Cowboys? What's happening, Mom? How you doing? Big ups to you. Appreciate you for being in the stream. Quavadius, shout out to y'all. I know the Cowboys got their coach. They was pretty upset about who they picked up on. I seen Michael Irvin, and he looked crazier than he usually looks. He was on that cursing and saying the N-word and stuff. I'm like, boy, what is this ball on here? I see Michael Irvin. He looked like a pinhead. He got shit sticking out of his head and everything. He was sitting up there, the Dallas Cowboys. I was like, oh, what's going on here? What's this weird? It's very weird. The Dallas Cowboys. We gonna, I know how to win championships. I like, take your ass down there and be the wide receiver coach. I don't know, man. They might give you a drug test, brother. You don't go down there yet. Do you make sure you're good? Yeah, you underdig? I'm just saying. All right. Quavada says McCarthy sound like a fallback plan, according to reports that saying Saints not keen on him. I talked about that earlier, bro. But like I said, who is the Saints? Who's the decision maker if it's not Mickey Loomis? How's Mickey not keen on a guy that he had here before, and his MO is to go with the guy that he had here before? It's a new age that he looking at Kellen Moore. But is that really real? I don't know. We'll just have to see how it sounds, man. But a lot of what's going on with Philly, because I got my opinion about this guy, about Kellen Moore. But I'm going to bring some folks in and let them talk. I'm going to ask them some tough questions about it, because is this really Kellen Moore? That Philly offensive line is a beast. I mean, I was looking at the game, man. I could run through some of them holes that the Philly offensive linemen were opening up. Boy, I was like, man, that's how you block. It was knocking people around. They played, and I was like, that's how you do it. And Saquon Barkley running, dipping out, turning, twisting, spinning around. They can't tackle him. And I'm like, damn, is it really that? Or is it just him and a few? I don't know. I might have to talk to some more people. I need to do some more research here. So I got some people we're going to tune in and get some good perspective on them. Saints for Life says Kellen Moore or Kingsbury is my favorites to get the job. Moore has worked with multiple good QBs. He has the Eagles playing as good as anyone. I hear you on that, brother. They are looking like a juggernaut there, man. But once again, bro, you got to do all your due diligence. You know what I mean? You got to break out the microscope. You take a look around, see if it's really what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes they be having that old public, because a lot of that time they be the publicities they be throwing out there to try to pump these guys up better than what they actually are. We have to learn that lesson, because they do that from time to time, puff these guys up bigger than what they are, and they turn out to be nothing but full of air. Chantel says, Q, the Saints had to get it right now, no later, because with Atlanta and Carolina getting younger, talented, the Saints will be in the toilet bowl again at the bottom. Curious. Yes. Yeah, we got to turn it around. Like I told the Falcon family member, man, listen, they headed in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? They headed in the right direction. Yeah, that Michael Irvin thing. Y'all see, put one in the chat if y'all seen that Michael Irvin. Put that in the one in the, did y'all see Michael Irvin cussing and saying the N-word and all that?
We gonna do it. Let me tell you, Cowboy Nation. Let me crack open your head and pull something in your brain.
What did he say? I'm like, what? What? I had that Westbrook on.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
That's why I had to bust. I was like, what?
Let me crack open your cranium.
Like, nah, I'm good. No, we all right, brother. We don't need you to do none of that. We all right. We all right, brother. Nah, you can keep whatever you got going on over there, brother. We don't need to do none of that. We all right. All right, what's up, Ramsey? Shout out to you, Travis. Big ups to you, man. Yeah, Barkley's tearing it up out there, man. That's why I was like, is it? Yeah. Tay says it's all sick. That's what I'm looking. I'm saying, is it really him? Because listen, the Cowboy family members, they'll tell you the game because he was out there for years. They'll tell you what time it is. And I'm gonna get some people from the Philly side to kind of drop some game on what's really going on, because that's how you do your due diligence. You talk to the people that watch the team like we do. We watch our club. They'll tell you the real game on them. Just like I just told you about Klint Kubiak. Like, hey, Q, you think we should get Kubiak if they'll see? I'm like, hey, man, listen. He got the name, but sometimes the name ain't the game. The dude is not, and that's a terrible trait to have. And then he didn't show improvement through the entire year. When he got toward the back, he didn't show any improvement. He had a few plays here, but if he don't have his top guns, he look like crap. And he doesn't adjust. He doesn't know how to use his people that he picked in the right way. He doesn't know his personnel like that. Because like I said, if you got an idea of a system and you got a guy that's a satellite back over here, you got a guy that's a power back over here, you got your offensive lineman. If offensive linemen get hurt and guys that you put in their place are not blocking, you got to get that guy out of here, because you're going to lose because you can't move the ball. It's going to put pressure on everybody else, the quarterback, to speed up. If you don't have guys that can block, if you can't run the football. And the base thing, the requirement for you to be an offensive lineman in the NFL is to be able to at least know how to block. You might be crappy at pass blocking because the elite of them are good at both. But the bottom line is, if you're an offensive lineman in the league, you have to at least know how to run block. And if you can't do that, there is no space and definitely no opportunity on my team. You making too much money to be a guy that cannot block and get it handed to you. Oh no, you got to go, sir. We trying to win, not lose. So, that's how I look at it. So anyway, yeah, this is they talking to Kellen Moore next. They already flying up on to him out there to meet with him. So we should have some information on that coming up soon. It's also the fact that they plan on meeting with Mike McCarthy. Shout out to John Sigler here. He tweeted this, is that the Saints plan to interview former Cowboys and Packers coach McCarthy this week as well. So we'll learn more if there's anybody else out there like a Cliff Kingsbury that might want to be a person that's on that list. But it's coming down to, it appears that these are the names as we get to what could be the final round. A lot of these rumors thinking that it's between McCarthy and Kellen Moore for the job, with Kellen Moore having the advantage over McCarthy. That's what I'm hearing as well. And a lot of the insiders are alluding to that order as well. Now, there's a poll question there for the family members that's here. Y'all feel free, do me a service, hit the like button and the share button, and also check out the poll in the chat. Y'all check out the poll. Streaming on several different platforms. The poll is available on YouTube. You guys can cross over platforms to YouTube if you can and vote in the poll. Let me know. There are 4 options there in terms of who is your head coach, who should be out. Those 4 options is Anthony Weaver, Mike Kafka, Kellen Moore, and Mike McCarthy. Y'all put in the chat, let me know, vote, and let me know who you think the next head coach of the Saints will be out of those 4 options. Each one of these guys do have an interesting component to it. Like you talk to Kafka with his philosophy tied to Andy Reid. You talk about Anthony Weaver, which would be really cool because he's a really good defensive coach. A lot of people believe that he's ready to take the jump. I've heard people even kind of to a degree say that he can have an impact similar to what we've seen with DeMeco Ryans in Houston, which would be phenomenal because his communication ability, his understanding of the game, and the guy's respectable. So it would be cool if you get your first black head coach with Anthony. That would be cool too. And then, of course, there are the more named guys like Mike McCarthy, who is the most credentialed in terms of resume of everybody else. He has more wins, more of accomplished resume. And then Kellen Moore, who's really the hot name right now because his team is really moving along in the has gotten to the Super Bowl. So Kellen Moore is the hot name. But I know Kellen Moore has done some, I'm not saying he hasn't done any positive things. He's done some positive things in the NFL, but I'm just saying it comes down to, you know, who's the best fit for what you're trying to do. And me personally, we wanted an offensive minded coach. I did say that. And it's leaning toward that, but we'll see how it goes. The Saints can be could throw a curveball in that. They might do all this shit and turn around and name Darren Rizzi the head coach. Boy, wouldn't that be a kick in the teeth? You do all this and we're gonna name Darren Rizzi next head coach of the Saints. I'm like, oh, there it is. There goes Slick Mickey. Yeah, Emma85 says Wink Martindale head coach candidate for you guys. I saw an article that they mentioned it. I think, thank you, M85. I'm thinking that I've seen something like that. They were basically saying him as a defensive coordinator. They were basically tagging him and Kellen Moore together. Like if Kellen Moore, according to the insiders or the rumor mill, is saying that if Kellen Moore is the guy, that his defensive coordinator would be Wink Martindale. That's what they're saying. The articles are saying. I don't think he's a candidate for a head coaching job with the Saints. But yeah, thank you for that information. All right. Kuvatis says Kellen Moore has top 10 offense before he got to Philly. Big Q, yeah, Dallas averaging top 5 every year except for one before McCarthy got jealous and started hating. Okay. Yeah. I'll just mention that he's done some positive things in the league, and yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Well, right now it appears that he's the leader. Travis says, tell Gil to fire Mickey and hire Louis Riddick, right? Bring in Weaver, McCarthy, or somebody positive to get us back to winning games. Indeed, bro. I can understand the shakeup, but hold on. There will be no, hold on. Let me step in there. Hold on. I heard what you said there. There will be no changes in the administrative level. We're just going to look at a few things and we'll see if we'll hold on. We'll see if it'll work. You know, we'll change up a few things, but there'll be no changes. You know, hold on now. No, and that's pretty much what he told us. People want to see a change where change matters, right? But there'll be no changes. And usually where there is no changes, there's no change. That sounds simple as hell, but it really is the truth. If you're not changing this up here, then what are we doing? You're just repeating the same thing, right? Saint for Life said, I remember Kellen Moore when he was a QB at Boise State, he was throwing the ball all over the field. Yeah, guys grow quick, right? He said they would pimp Kellen Moore and Nola. I don't know, bro. All right. Antoine Wartime says, who do you think going to win the Super Bowl, Q? I got to go with the Chiefs, bro. I got to go with the Chiefs because when you get to these games, like the Super Bowl is a highly controlled game. It's a lot of sneaky stuff going on. That's like when you start seeing, you see corruption through some of these games, but you really start seeing it in the playoffs and really in the Super Bowl. You start seeing a lot of stinky stuff going on. And I really think I'd be surprised if Philly come out. I don't think they would, come out and just they can. That defense is fierce. And Jalen Hurts will have some time to get even healthier. Saquon Barkley is just ridiculous. He's been running all over people all day. They got a supreme chance, man, to win that Super Bowl. But, when you got the referees, they're wearing red and white stripes, man. There's something about this. When Tom Brady hung up his cleats, he gave the power right on to Patrick Mahomes boys. NFL got this weird narrative, man. It's the feeling I got instinctually, a protection mechanism for Mahomes boys. I mean, he's the face of the league in many regards, and it's a lot of really crooked stuff around the refs when they get into the game. And I just anticipate, unless the Eagles come out and dominate from pillar post and run the lead up on them, if it's a close affair, you better believe the Chiefs going to end up winning it, because they've never been a team that actually, I don't think it's been a team that won 3 Super Bowls in a row. That's the narrative right there. They all about dynasties. They like to cut their teeth with that dynasty garbage. So unless the Eagles come out, man, and punch Mahomes in the face and just dominate the game from pillar to post, that's what I would recommend to Philly. Philly, if they, come out there and run over them and take the referees out of the game. If it's a close game, they're going to run it toward the Chiefs. That's my call, bro. So, I mean, Philly definitely got it, man. That defense is for real. That running attack, and that's what you need. You need defense in the running game, and then you got Jalen Hurt. He'll be 2 weeks from now. He'll be even healthier. Man, listen. The Eagles got it all, man. They got it all. Got to give it to them, man. I would have, that would be my thing. But overall, if it's involved, it's a close game, they're going to give this going toward the Chiefs. You better believe that, man. That's the narrative, man. Pops TG says, nah, Q, don't do us like that. Who do you want who do I want as the head coach? Man. Out of these candidates, I'm not enthused about Kellen Moore. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not really enthused about Kellen Moore, even though I want an offensive-minded coach. But out of the candidates, man, realistically speaking, man, I can't tell you, brother. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't tell you who I would want out of these group. I like Anthony Weaver a lot because I think I listen to Weaver. I did some research behind Weaver. Listen to him. I like how he talks. Really intelligent dude. The next guy that I like, I guess it would be, it would be Kellen Moore. I heard some stuff from Kellen Moore. It was all right. And Mike McCarthy, but it's just hard to like these guys, man, because I got so many questions, about what's going on with I got so many questions. Like, even though I like my Kellen Moore's mind, but I'm saying, is this the right fit here for this, what we got going on? We got problems, and it ain't just the head coach. Like I said before, when they fired Dennis Allen, I was like, Dennis Allen is a symptom. The problem is Mickey Loomis. And when they asked him, you have any regrets in terms of that? Well, I should have supported Dennis a lot more. I turned the interview off after that. I'm like, this guy doesn't have a clue what he's doing. He don't have a clue. I should have supported Dennis more. Dennis Allen more. You ain't support him enough. You backed him with everything he did, even when he was backstabbing his own players, throwing them under the bus. You didn't chastise him at all, but you should have supported him. You didn't talk to none of the players about what was going on, but yeah, you should have supported Dennis more. This dude is just completely out of it. He's out of it. But in the end, like I said, it's you got to win despite all that. The Saints $50 million in the red. We got a quarterback that even if a team wants him, I don't know if Mickey Loomis would trade him. You're not going to trade any of these contracts to free up money. His goal is to hold on to these guys for 2 years until their contracts expire organically. What Kellen Moore going to do with all that, family? I'm just saying, it's not just the head coach. Realistically speaking, looking at my team, it's not just the head coach, because my Anthony Weaver would be a good coach to me. Kellen Moore could be a good coach. Even McCarthy would be a good coach in the right situation. But this team is $50 million in the red. They're going to be close to the red next year once they start pulling all this money down. And the quarterback is barely above 500. What do you got, like 2 wins above 500 since he's been here? It's a lot of problems. We got a lot of guys as free agents that we can't afford. And they're going to try to build through the draft, which they have not drafted well. So I don't know. And he didn't change anything in terms of, how they're going to do with these players and all that. They're going to still, I just don't know how do you overcome all of that? The answer is you don't. You might have some issues the first year you get them, and then they'll tell you that, and then second year, and then third year, and fourth year, and then you go into a rebuild. But the philosophy, according to what Mickey Loomis wants to do, is hold this together and try to win with what he got here. I just don't know, fam. It's a lot, man. That's why I was like, man, when I'm looking at these coaches, I'm like, man, it'll be different if you had a surplus, but you are $50+ million in the red. You got several free agents that are more than likely going to end up leaving the organization and going somewhere else because people are going to pay them better than you could. And you're going to have to end up replacing them with cheaper veterans and draft picks. So you got the teams like Chantel mentioned, the Falcons and the Carolina Panthers are right now developmentally ahead of you in youth and gaining experience. So we're in the cellar at the oldest team in the NFL with all of this money tied up. What is Kellen Moore supposed to do with that? What is McCarthy supposed to do with that? I mean, what are any of these coaches? What could they do with that? Well, seriously, these are the questions that people. What could be done about that? Seriously, y'all tell me what could be done about that if Kellen Moore or McCarthy's the guy and they come in here. What could be done about all this? How are they supposed to fix the team and they $50 million in the red? What would be done about the quarterback situation? All these contracts to old players, and we got 5 wins sitting up here. You still got to build your offensive line. You need a left guard. You need backups on the offensive line. You need to fix your interior defense and get ran on all the time. Demario Davis is getting old. Tyrann Mathieu is getting old. Cam Jordan's getting old. Taysom Hill is getting old. These Derek Carr's getting old. You got all these older players. What's to be done about that? I'm just asking a question, man. It's a lot of stuff we got going on here. We just not this, this is very interesting. It's a very interesting thing we got going on here. Giovanni says, Q, I got this sneaky feeling that Kellen Moore might be the next Kevin O'Connell. He could very well be, man. And I hope he is, man. You got a good offensive mind. I give you that. You got a good offensive mind. But, man, could he get Carr to win? I'm just asking the question. Could he get, because is Carr the guy he's going to get? Because Mickey Loomis probably, I don't think Mickey wants to give up Derek Carr. You got rumors that the Cowboys and all them type of people looking at him, but does Mickey Loomis trade Derek Carr? I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on, man, that it's like, yeah, we kind of fixating on the head coach as well as we supposed to do, but what about all the other stuff? This guy walking up in here with guns pointed at him. He walking in the door. He walked through the door as a stick up. I don't know what you do with all that. I'm just going to be honest with you. I really don't know what you do. That is a lot of stuff. All right. Anyway, I'm going to get back to y'all comments momentarily, fam. Let me run down the news right here, right quick, and cover some of this stuff right here. This is one of the things that we talked about, like the latest reports by John. He put up there that the Saints are looking to interview McCarthy later on this week. They're on their way to interview Kellen Moore. So we'll get more information about both of these men later on. If there's another guy that might jump in, like, say, Cliff Kingsbury, we'll be knowing about that. Also, there's information like Joe Brady. Would Cliff Kingsbury pull a Joe Brady and say, I'm good. I'm going to chill here. I got a good thing in Buffalo here. Pull his name out, his hat out the ring. Could Cliff Kingsbury do that? Because he got a good thing with the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen there. What about with Cliff Kingsbury could very well do the same thing with Jaden Daniels. That's something, if you're the offensive coordinator and you're saying, man, Jaden Daniels is something else, man, that's his rookie year. You going to pass up on that second year? We do this. We can build this, that, and the third. The future's bright. Future's bright. If you're Cliff Kingsbury, right? You don't have to jump off the table yet. You could kind of sit back there and kind of blow that thing up. So we'll see if that is indeed the case too, because I don't know. We'll see how that works with him, because that could very well happen with Cliff Kingsbury. And of course, this is the tweet some of the family members talking about from Tony Pauline's an NFL guy. Just initial conversation between McCarthy and the Saints have not gone well. According to Tony Pauline, people within the organization are not enamored with him. And we'll see, man. Like I said, man, enamored. The only people that are in that are who they talking about is Mickey Loomis. And Mickey Loomis likes Mike McCarthy. So I don't know. that information came out, that way. I'm not doubting the man's information. I'm just saying, I know Mickey Loomis, and I know Mickey Loomis is, oh, hey, Mike, hey, guy, you doing a wonderful job. What you talking about, Mickey? We stunk this year. Well, hold on, but you're good. You're great. But you ever know people that use the term great in a way that they're supposed to actually just say good or less than good? And people just supplant it because the term great has been abused. You see what I'm saying? Like, people use great when they're not supposed to use great. Like, if you saying, hey, wow, that guy's great. Dennis Allen is a great head coach or a great coach. No, he's not a great coach. He's a good defensive coordinator. He is. But good is good enough. Nothing is great attached to that guy. He's good. It's good. He's a good defensive coordinator. Yes. He's a shitty coach, a head coach, but he's a good defensive coordinator. But some people use great when they should use good. That's Mickey Loomis. Mickey Loomis used great when he talk about people. Guys he likes. That guy's great. He's great. No. But that's why I'm saying the only guy they talking about enamored with, man, Mickey Loomis enamored by Dennis Allen. So that tells you everything. Yeah. That tell you everything you need to know, don't it? Mickey Loomis is enamored. He ain't enamored with somebody. Man, Mickey Loomis is enamored by Dennis Allen. Hell, he's enamored by Darren Rizzi. So why in the hell would he not be enamored with Mike McCarthy? And he sit up there with a whole Super Bowl ring and hundreds of wins. Hold on now. Hold on, Bucky. I'm not enamored by that guy right there. I'm not. Well, why not, Mickey? I don't know. I just don't like him. No, we all right, Mickey. You're just crazy. That's all. All right. Anyway, let me move on to this right here. This is another article right here. This Seattle Seahawks hire Saints offensive coordinator Klint Kubiak. So Kubiak left from the Niners. He went to the Saints, and then after that, he's boom, bam, beam up in Seattle. And listen, good fortunes to that man, because he's on his quest to become a head coach as well. But Klint Kubiak, to me, is he got a lot to learn, dude. You got a lot to learn. Listen, he got some good game with some of his stuff, but dude, the part of his game that stinks and people can really just take advantage of his coaching is when guys, and it's not even all of the guys, is if you lose, like with Taysom Hill. And it was a nursery rhyme I created the entire season calling the Saints games. When Taysom's away, Klint Kubiak can't call a play. And that's what I would say. And because he would over rely on Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill just would run them and do it all. And he had healthy running backs. He had Jamal Williams. He had your boy Kendre for a little bit before Dennis canned him. And then when he came back, he had him. Hell, he had Elvin Kamara in some of them games where he was overrunning Taysom Hill. You just know him, just low imagination and terrible adjusting ability. So for those people that hired him and say, well, what we got here, Q, I'm telling you the game right now. At first, he'll talk a mean game. He'll talk about accountability and holding guys to a standard. But later on in the year, as it moves forward, the accountability disappears. Attention to detail disappears. His plays, his tape work start getting real shitty and shifty. I'm just telling y'all how I seen it from here. That they could talk all that, yeah, Klint Kubiak good nonsense, man. Klint Kubiak could not adjust. He did not know his personnel. And he picked those guys to be on his team. He had control of who he called, and basically unlike a lot of situations where if you have an offensive minded coach, he's calling the plays. Klint Kubiak had full control of the entire Saints offense, full control, like he was a head coach. And that's what he did with it. A few games he showed here, but he did not adjust well. He did not know his personnel. He was milquetoast and quiet and almost shy, too shy at times. The step up at times, too spineless at times, to step up and tell the truth. That's the same. That's why I want Rizzy as a coach, because he did the same thing. Rizzy sitting up here making excuses and talking about terrific effort, and they're getting walked backwards out there. They're getting tumbleweeded around. They're getting tumbleweeded around the field. Like, hey, phenomenal effort. Crazy. We don't need dumb coaches like that, man. We need people that's going to hold these guys accountable. That's what we need, man. This is what this team's lacking. But hasta la vista and good luck to Klint Kubiak up there on the West Coast with Seattle, man. Hopefully he learned something from this experience and learn how to adjust and do something better. Because if he did that, that would mean that he didn't waste his time down here in New Orleans. Just learn to use all your personnel and adjust, bro. Please. All right, shout out to what's this? Canal Street Chronicles. They got this article: Saints linebackers coach Mike Hodges heads to the Cincinnati Bengals. And this is actually, and I talked about Coach Mike, the linebackers coach. This guy was a guy, man, that was on several staffs, kind of worked his way up through the Saints staff. He was a very solid linebacker for us, coach. And he's going on. He's going to do the linebacking duties for the Cincinnati Bengals. So he was one of the coaches. People asked me, you know, who would I keep if I could? And he was one of the coaches that I would keep. Mike Hodges is a good linebackers coach. He's a good coach. And he'll be, sooner or later, he'll be working his way up to being a defensive coordinator. You know, this guy knows what he's doing. And we lost him to the Cincinnati Bengals. So this was one of the ones right here. I was like, damn, man. Klint Kubiak, not so much, you know, because, yeah. But Mike Hodges is a very good coach, man. And we lose him out to the Cincinnati Bengals. So congratulations to you, Coach Mike, and much success in Bengal land, man. And the people crazy up there who they say they're gonna beat them Bengals. I'm like, what? And then they lying, talking about they came to Who Dat Nation bit off of us. I'm like, no, we didn't. That don't even sound right up there. Who Dat said they're gonna? They said who they say they're going to beat them Bengals. Like, what? That don't even sound right. That sounds crazy. That don't even sound, who they say they're going to, shut up. Yeah, y'all made that up. The Saints took it. No, we didn't. And we didn't. That sounds crazy. But congratulations to Coach Mike. Y'all got it going. And then final article, shout out to my brother Kyle T. Mosley at the Saints News Network. Erik McCoy steps in for Eagles center at Pro Bowl games. McCoy becomes first New Orleans center with multiple Pro Bowl nods. Let me ask y'all a question here. How many games did Mike McCoy play this year to be eligible to be a Pro Bowl nod? He missed, what, over 10 games. How was he able to? That is something else. It also shows you that the Pro Bowl, man. The first 2 games was off the chain. And then this man missed a bunch of games. I thought there was some type of game eligibility, but then again, what the NFL do with their stuff, they don't even. Might as well just give them awards for all that. Saints McCoy had been selected to replace Cam Jurgens, the 25 Pro Bowl games, making him the second Pro Bowl selection and making history as the first center to achieve the honor multiple times. So now McCoy is the only Saint player to be at the 2025 Pro Bowl games, which with a 5-12 team, I would, yeah. McCoy was drafted 48th overall by the Saints in 2019 from Texas A&M, cornerstone on the offensive line. He was injured in the season, but returned with an impressive performance in 2024. Really? McCoy had been model of consistency during his career, starting 81 regular season games as postseason contests as centers joining the team. 2024 season impact, despite facing challenges with groin and elbow injuries that sidelined him for 10 games. Impact remained significant. He demonstrated leadership capabilities by voted team captain for the second consecutive team. That is amazing to me that man missed 10 games and still was named to the Pro Bowl. His presence, and really, Mike McCoy was special. The first 2 games of the season, he was off the chain. But when he came back from injury, it wasn't the same. You could see that he still wasn't totally 100% because even when him coming back from injury, he still looked off to me. And then later on in the games, he got banged up again, left the game, came back in the game, then left the game. And then later on, he was shelved for the rest of the season. So I'm like, damn. But the first 2 games, and like I said, I talked about, we did the games, play by play all season long with Erik McCoy. The first 2 games, he was special. But after the NFL made adjustments to what the Saints was doing, it all went down fast. But yeah, I don't see how he made the Pro. Congratulations to McCoy, man. I just don't see how he made the Pro Bowl with missing out. He was out for 10 games. I thought there was some type of restriction on how many games you were supposed to. I guess not, man, with the NFL. I guess not. I guess the players vote or whatever the case may be. I know it's a little different in the NBA than it is for us. I mean, for the NFL guys. But congratulations to McCoy, man. I didn't see that happen. Like, man, the first, because really, yeah, from a standpoint, a career standpoint, since McCoy had been here, overall, especially over the last 2 years in particular, he hadn't looked the same. He hadn't looked the same. And I don't know if it's injury or whatever it is, but the McCoy that I knew prior to the 2 years was a dominant offensive lineman. The guy this past year and the year before that, outside of the 2 games that I seen earlier this year, with him dominating week 1, week 2, but many of the games the year before, when I was covering these games, and I thought I was calling him. I thought he had a landscape service. That's what I was saying during the game. They're like, this man, I think he got a McCoy's got a landscape service somewhere. And he was like, what you talking about, Q? I said, he always on the ground. He was always on the ground. I'm like, there he is again. He on the ground again. Like, I thought he had a damn landscape service going on with McCoy. McCoy's land, he always on the grass. Thought he was cutting it or some shit. He was edging it or trying to commune with nature or something. I didn't know what was going on. But over the last couple of years, outside of the first weeks 1 and weeks 2, it's not the same guy. It's not. And I want to say the last year he was dealing with injuries too. And he just didn't look the same. The McCoy I know prior to these 2 years, this year and in the prior year, was a dominant dude. Intelligent and dominant. He was just, he was an atom smasher. That's what he was doing his thing. But when it come down to what I seen this year, and the injuries took a toll on his game, even when he came back, he just didn't have the same look. You could see he wasn't 100% coming back, even though they said he was good to go. You could see he still looked not 100%, if y'all know what I mean. But that was the case last year. Unlike last year, even though they was telling us he was healthy, I think he was hurt last year because that McCoy, he was pushed around a lot last year. I'm like, I did not like that. Even on the tape, you will watch McCoy. I was like, McCoy on the ground again. And then, it became like you start seeing guys like Trevor Penning. Trevor Penning's on the ground a lot because he don't know what the hell he's doing. He out there blocking. He misses blocks on time on tape. And it's just, like I said, the offensive line coach needs to go. He needs to go too because, you got to get these guys. They were not prepared properly. I'm going to just be honest, because if you see one guy, it's just one guy, that's one thing. It's an isolated person. But when you see the whole group of them not knowing where they're supposed to be, the communication's not there from game to game, that's coaching now. That's easy to pinpoint, but congratulations to McCoy, man. I didn't know you can, I guess, they're showing them some love or something, but 10 games, man. Outside of the first weeks 1 and weeks 2, where he was just tearing it up, the rest of it, he got hurt and he just didn't look the same for the remainder of the year. He got hurt again later on in the year and was done for the year. And last year, I think he was hurt too. Even though they were telling us he was healthy, I think he was hurt last year because he didn't look the same. He didn't look nearly the same. This guy was dominant. It just didn't look right. But shout out to McCoy, man. Big ups to you, brother, for getting that nod. That should get you some paper, man. Them Pro Bowl nods usually made. That's something that if it's in his contract, you might get a few extra bones for that. Who knows? All right, so big ups to you guys. Appreciate y'all, man, for being in the stream. I'm trying to flash and try to read some quick questions on that from you guys. You got questions throwing in the chat right now, man. My poll question is up, and 53% of the people like Kellen Moore. Okay. Wow, 53%. The closest vote is 28 by Mike McCarthy, 12 by Anthony Weaver, and 6 by Mike Kafka. 53% of the Who Dat Nation says let's go with Kellen Moore. Okay. There you go. Yeah, there it is. All right, Mont says Q, don't forget he's still a Q. His dad wasn't all that either. Well, his dad was actually pretty decent as an offensive coordinator, man. He was actually pretty decent. His daddy won 2 championships as an OC. Yeah, under Mike Shanahan. It was Mike Shanahan, Kyle Shanahan fam. So as you see the dynamic is Kyle Shanahan went to San Francisco, Klint Kubiak, because it was Mike Shanahan, the coach of the Broncos. Gary Kubiak was his OC. 49ers, it was Shanahan running the team. Kyle Shanahan, the coach. Klint Kubiak was he the offensive coordinator or passing game? Something. Was he OC or something like that? I think he was he the OC out there? I won't say it was something like that. I know he had it with Minnesota. He was the offensive coordinator. But see, the ties that bind, bro. NFL is a bloodline sport. You know, a lot of kinsmen are there. Sometimes that's enough to get you in, you know, get you beyond the gates. All right. Let's see who else there. Yeah. All right. Let's who we got there. Yeah. Super Saints fan says, yeah, that puzzled me too, Q. Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, oh, what? How's McCoy? I mean, congratulations, brother. But how the hell is McCoy in there? You know, how is he in? He missed 10 games last year. And he wasn't no, you know, I was like, I was like, man, you know what? I appreciate the honor, man. I'm gonna have to turn that down. How could I respectfully take that? That's like what we seen happen with your boy, what's his name? Jake Hayner. Jake Hayner, Dennis Allen handing the backup job behind Derek Carr to Jake Hayner, and Jake Hayner saying, I earned this. I earned this. And I'm like, what? No, you didn't. You didn't win that job in preseason. That was all Spencer. We know that. The only reason you got it is because Dennis Allen was playing them away games he liked to run and violate team principles. And people forget all that shit when he then turned into be a coach. They don't remember all. It's the weirdest thing. It's like some kind of weird brainwashing, like a coach jump teams, and every messed up thing he did from the prior team, they forget it like it didn't exist. No, that carries. That's going to go up there. He's not the head coach. He might be a good defensive coordinator, but I don't want that goddamn guy on my team. I don't want him on my team. Hell no. You know, but that's the circle guys. You know, no, I don't want him on my team. I know what you know. When he became the head coach and he had the power, he talked that team crap, but he was doing everything that was anti-team. Literally trying to create advantages for other players versus other players. It's ridiculous, man. And Jake Hayner like, yeah, I earned this. No, you didn't. When he got out there, he stunk. And that just shows you, you know, you wasn't ready. You're not better than that guy. You're not. He beat you as a rookie. You've been in the league. You're supposed to work with this other guy. You got beat out in preseason. The only reason why you were not named, you were named the backup was because Dennis Allen was trying to create cushion to keep that press, the love that the family members had for Spencer Rattler off the back of Derek Carr, so that he can operate without that added pressure. He was trying to remove the pressure because he knew that Spencer was a supporter favorite. He tried to do that. That was a violation. You know, you're never supposed to do that. You never, as a head coach, supposed to try to provide an unfair advantage for any of your players and still call yourself some type of team coach. That was totally terrible. I called him out for that. That dude was trash for that. And he did a lot of suspect stuff up there. But it is what it is. All right. But anyway, yeah, I wouldn't want that bastard nowhere around my team. I'm going to just keep it real with you. Quavadia says McCoy probably was named to Pro Bowl because other players probably turned it down. Could be, bro. You know, the Pro Bowl ain't quite what it was. I mean, usually don't the supporters of the people vote them in there, or is it like players and supporters that vote to put the guy in there, you know. But if you do he really feel like he earned that? Do you think he really earned that this year? And could have said, hey man, listen, I appreciate that, but listen, man, yeah, they had somebody out there that did a little better than me. I missed 10 games this year. How y'all pick me up? To be honest, I really didn't play that good, except for outside of a couple of games. How did I get that honor? Just asking, man, because a lot of this Pro Bowl stuff, it just be smoke and mirror crap, man. There's a lot of it's people who watch the Pro Bowl games, who really watches it. I don't watch it. I don't watch that garbage. I'm sorry, I don't watch it. I've been stopped watching the Pro Bowl. I was one of the guys voting to get rid of it. Like, if you're not gonna play for real, then let's just get it out of here to get rid of it. You know, get rid of it. You know, people don't want to see that, man. They don't want to see the Pro Bowl game. Now it's just a pitching, and it's tag football now or something. Isn't it like tag football now? I'm like, what? Man, just get rid of it, man. Just turn it into an award show and give them their awards and let them go off about their business, man. Nobody won't see no tag football, man. Tag football? How the mighty have fallen. Tag football. I guess he a blocker. He a blocking lineman on the tag football team. Okay, I guess he could take that. All right, what's up, Louisiana, man? Shout out to you, man. All right, Jack says, what you say, Jack? He says the Pro Bowl. Hold on, what's that, Jack? He says Pro Bowl management felt sorry for the Saints and threw Mickey a bone. Yes, indeed. Yeah, Slim says just bring back the skills challenge instead of playing the Pro Bowl. Yeah, I don't watch the Pro Bowl, fam. I've been stopped watching it. I'm sorry, I've been got rid of it. So the Pro Bowl. He said probably was named the Pro Bowl because other players probably turned. Yeah, you said that too. But yeah, this is the part of the game, man. Just kind of get back to the coaching news is a lot of the family members say Kellen Moore is the man, Q. And listen, man, we just gonna have to slow walk this thing because it's a lot of stuff going on with the Saints. We'll have to clear up because there's a lot of questions, right? And right now the reports indicating that Kellen Moore is the guy. If he gets hired, Wink Martindale is going to be his defensive coordinator. That's been leaked. You know, one step at a time, right? Get the head coach, offensive-minded head coach, young head coach, offensive-minded head coach, focuses on improving the offense. Obviously likes the ground game with Saquon, but Saquon makes the way he running, he makes everybody look good. He making them guys look like geniuses. The way that Saquon running, and not just Saquon, but the Eagles offensive line, the way they are blocking. Man, the Eagles offensive line is just knocking people on their asses. They running over people. That defense is, and see, I'm a run game and defensive guy. The Eagles defense is getting to you. They forcing the turnovers. They're fast. They're furious. And you have a running attack to go along with that, and it's just goodbye. It's goodbye. You got a home run hitter and Saquon taking off, jumping. Dude did a back. He turned around and did a back jump over somebody. I'm like, where they do that at? The guy's been absolutely a video game this whole season, and the Eagles support base is just rabid. They're just like happy and congratulations to the Eagles, man. And usually I don't like the Falcons that much. I respect, I got love for the Falcon family members, the support base. I don't like the Falcons that much. I'm a black gold man. I don't really have a problem with the Eagles. I don't really like the Cowboys that much, but I don't really have a problem with the Eagles like that, talking about it. But the thing is, I got to respect Philly for what they're doing because, fam, Philadelphia is one of the hardest places to win. They got one of the more difficult support bases that you can ever see. I mean, they are serious. They are serious about winning. Like when Peterson won that Super Bowl, a couple of years later, he was gone. He just brought a Super Bowl. If that was a Saints head coach, that guy could have named his price. He'd have been here for the next 30 years. The people that run there, listen, they got a high standard. They'll run you off if you're not trying to compete. And Howie Roseman fits that. He mimics the energy of that rabid support base up there. He does. That guy's always making trades. He's, have pretty solid drafts. He picks the hell out of Georgia players, but it works. A lot of them Georgia guys he gets. It's two moves. He drafts guys out of Georgia and he pilfers people from the Saints. That's the two moves he got. Oh, you don't want Zach Bowen? We know what to do with him. We got Chauncey Gardner-Johnson up here too. So like I said, man, it's just they know what they're doing, man. And when you got a general manager with a vision and a guy that ain't afraid to do evaluations on his team during the season and to get rid of coaches if they're not staying up on code, and a lot of that's from the pressure of the support base because they are rabid. They don't play that up there. And that's what the one thing I would want to take from Philadelphia outside of getting a general manager and get rid of this other dude we got is that same energy, that intensity that the support base have to put pressure on that Eagle team. They put a lot of pressure on them. You listen to some of the sports radio when the people call up that, man, they just letting them have it. You know, making sure they get it right because they had a little drop off in between that last Super Bowl. But look where they're at now. And look what they did to teams like Detroit. They ran over the Lions. They ran over the Commanders. That's supposed to be some of the best teams in the playoffs. Fam, they ran over those guys. Ran over them. Eviscerated them. And had fun doing it. It wasn't even close. In the snow. They ran over them. And we sitting up here watching the game. The only time New Orleans is going to be involved is when they play in our building down in the Superdome. While the Saints sitting up there talking about, hey, man, let's bring Rizzy in here. And shut up. That's what I'm talking. That's what I'm saying that a lot of these players have lost their way. That's why I don't be hearing these. I be just telling these players to shut the hell up, man, because you don't know what you're talking about. You're losing, you're failing, you're 5-12. You need to disappear somewhere. Go hide somewhere. We don't want to see you smiling and all this other BS after what just happened here for the last 4 years. That's where I'm at with mine. Right now, I'm not happy with my players. I'm not smiling. I'm not shaking nobody's hands. I'm not giving none of that crap. I'm upset right now because we done had 4 years of losing, and then the team went from nine playoff game a year to a 5-12 year. I'm not smiling with these players. I'm not happy with these players or these coaches or this team. There's too much smiling going on in my book when Mickey Loomis at that press conference and all this smiling and cheesing and up and all this sniggling and giggling and all this crap. I'm not cool with all that right now. You know, I'm frustrated about that. I don't like where this team is headed. And we've been warning about this for years. And these people don't even take no responsibility for nothing that they have done. This team destroyed this cap, $50 million in the red. Don't know what he's doing. Nobody that know what they're doing gonna set no team up no $50 million in the red, man. You $100 million in the year. I told them my boys in the NFC South roundtable. Y'all heard the show. If you didn't, go back and listen to it. They were laughing when I told them about the progress. They were busting out, falling out, laughing, and I was dead serious when I told them, "I don't lie now. We're making progress here. We were 2 years ago. We're $100 million under the cap," and they started busting out laughing. They were like, "What?" Just laughing all over the place. And that was real. I was serious. But that's progress to that guy. A couple of years ago, there was $100 million over the cap. And that's building a winning organization. That's building one. And man, listen, you can't fool me, Loomis. You can't fool me with all that bull crap. I know better. I know better. Like I said, I'm not happy with these players. None of them. I don't care who they are. I'm not happy. Too much cheesing and smiling. And they cheesing and smiling because they got paid. They got paid to be shitty. And I'm not cool with that. It's almost like you took money you didn't earn. Like McCoy took this Pro Bowl bid he didn't earn. I'm tired of people taking shit that they don't earn. They listen. You was 5-12. You know, I'm not cool with none of that. These people be taking shit that they didn't earn. Like McCoy took that goddamn Pro Bowl. He ain't earned that shit. You know what, man? I'm gonna have to turn this down. I appreciate you guys giving me the sign. I'm gonna have to turn this down because really, I missed 10 games. And the 2 games that I played in, the several games that I did play in, I wasn't really all that. Maybe the first 2 games. I have to turn this honor down, but give it to the next guy that deserved to be there. I'm pretty sure there's another guy that deserved it that played more than 10 games last year that deserved that Pro Bowl nod. Not from a 5-12 ass team. Ain't no honor in that, man. I'm tired of people taking shit from us and they ain't earned it. Family, ain't you tired of that? Aren't y'all tired of that, man? Shit. I'm tired of that, man. I'm tired of these guys smiling, snickling, and giggling everywhere, and we 5-12 and sitting in the cellar. If that don't float your boat, how about the fact that you are 5-12 and Carolina's sitting on top of you and Atlanta's up here and Tampa Bay is up here and Tampa Bay done won it 4 years in a row and Tom Brady been gone for 2 years. How that work? Tom Brady been gone for 2 years now. He been gone for 2 years and Tampa Bay still won it. Still won it. How's that work? Huh? Explain that one to me. Explain that to me. It just is amazing, man. I'm not happy with these players, man. I'm not. I'm not happy with none of these players, man. I'm shutting these clowns down. Anytime they open their mouth with that foolishness, just disappear and go somewhere, brother. Just go ahead, because this ain't a kind place for you right now. We not happy about this. You're not gonna come around here after doing this crap for these last 4 years. No, we not. Just go disappear somewhere and come back when it's football time. This ain't a kind spot for y'all right now, man. We still gotta deal with this for a whole off season. Saints for like he was fools Loomis and paying for the draft picks. Hemisphere says Q. That goes to show they haven't been developing anybody. Hainer looked like a deer stuck staring down headlights. But your boy made the call to make him the coach, Rizzy. But they want Rizzy to be the coach. They say explain to us why he comparing Hainer and Rattler like they was the same player. And everybody know that wasn't the truth. Man don't know what he's looking for, man. He don't know what he's looking at. We don't need no inexperienced special teams coach who won't hold these guys' feet to the fire. Saints for life say he always gets Loomis to overpay for draft picks. We rebuilt the Eagles' defensive line with all the picks we gave them. Mont says, Howie Roseman's favorite pastime, scouting University of Georgia games and pimping and finessing Mickey Loomis. He did. Because he's not a real general manager. I told you all that for years, man. Told you not a real GM. Man wanted him out of there. And he said, no, Saints didn't say nothing. They could have had Aaron Glenn. All Loomis had to do was give up the general manager position. He would, and it's almost like going, he wants me to give up my job. You have 2 jobs. Didn't hear nobody say that. Glenn he'll tell you would have took the job. I need another general manager. Well, that's great. I'll give it to you. The guy is a VP too, Brown. Him giving up the general manager position, he got the VP job, which is over the GM. He could have gave up. He still would have had a position. All he needed to do was give up the GM job. He has another job. It's the VP. And he refused to do it. And dumb Lauscha and blind, stupid Gale sat up there and let it happen. They could have had Glenn. They could have had him. Could have had him. $50 million in the hole and everything. You still could have had him. It's like I said, man, I'm not happy with none of this, man. I'm not happy with none of this, man. And you shouldn't be happy with none of this either. If this is your squad, then you've been patient. For 4 years, you sit up here and you was patient with these guys. And for 4 years, these people made every excuse imaginable and told you to justify failure. For 4 years, then even had the nerve, the unmitigated gall to send out players to pacify you and tell you to have faith. Like we in church somewhere. Telling you that, and they getting money in their bank account to smile around and feel good about themselves. They're getting paid. I'm not happy with that. I'm not happy with none of that. And you shouldn't be either. For 4 years, we sit up here and told them people they need to do this, that, and the third. And everything we said came to 1,000,000% to be true. But after all of the failure, Mickey Loomis comes out and doesn't take accountability for one damn thing. One thing. Not one thing. This is just really insane. My dog says flying to Philly makes sense because asking someone preparing for Super Bowl in the city you're in to fly there a week earlier would be a turn off to a candidate, shows lack of respect. Garrett says the Saints might have the file chapter 13 to get out of their problems. Yeah, I don't think, and that's true talk, fam. I'm talking real deal to the family members because I know a lot of the stuff people don't usually talk like this because they can't. A lot of them can't talk like me. They got stuff that's tied to teams and they can't say too much or be as real as I am because they'll pull their shit from them. See, I don't have any of them, those encumbrances. I don't have that. I tell the truth because it's the truth. It's the truth. This is a poorly ran organization with a lot of problems. And it starts at the top. So I don't know Kellen Moore, if he's the guy and it seems like he's going to be. It's so much stuff before we can get to winning that we got to do. And I just don't know if Mickey Loomis, and which he isn't, I'm not going to say I don't know because I know he's an asshole and a dummy. So I know he's not going to, he wouldn't even give up that job. This show you how simple-minded he is. It's not like they're asking him to be unemployed. He's still the VP. But he wants to funnel power. That's the point. He's funneling, controlling the power of the organization, and they letting them do it because they don't care about only Lauscher and Bennett and Gale care about is making money. They're literally making a mockery of what the Saints supposed to be because they're all about making money. That's what it is. And I'm also very upset about that. So we got players, dumb ownership, lazy, dumb ownership, and players that done lost their way, smiling, sniggling, and giggling, and they sit up here 5-12 in the cellar of the NFC South with 50+ million in the red, the oldest team in the NFL, a weird QB situation in terms of the starter. And where do you start with all that? How do you get money to improve the team when you're that far down? How do you retain some of your veterans without destroying the following year in 2027 by recouping and reworking, restructuring contracts and kicking the money into 2026? Well, you're fifth, 30-something million in the black in 2026, which changes. That number will change once they start restructuring these contracts. So like I said, man, what's the game plan here? What do we do here? So it's interesting, man. It's what it is. This is true Saints talk, man. Ain't no fluffy stuff going on here, fam. I've been trying to tell y'all. I've been telling y'all that for a while. It's, you're in tough times. So it's tough talk for tough times. But actually, I've been talking tough like this for a while, but because I knew what was going on. I've been trying to bring light to this for a while about all this crap that's going on. Now everybody see the curtain been pulled back and y'all see Mickey Loomis for what he is. I've been telling y'all that guy ain't no good. That a lot of the accomplishments that people are trying to pin to him was stuff that other people was involved in. That other people, because if he was really that guy, then you wouldn't see any of this stuff right now. You wouldn't see it. If he was really that guy, you would see a lot different stuff than what you're seeing right now. If he was that guy. Not that guy. Anyway, listen, fam, I'm gonna get ready to get on up out of here. I appreciate y'all. Listen, I know my boy JT says he always said Q says, man, I ain't gonna hold y'all long. And I wasn't supposed to talk to y'all ass for an hour and 30 minutes. God damn it. I wasn't supposed to. I was supposed to be like 40 minutes and I'm out. But I love y'all, man. So, when I'm talking to the family members, that time just go like this. When we talking to the family and we keeping it real. Yeah, Slim said we got to pay him in food stamps. Got to pay him in food stamps. Yeah. Yeah, the Saints on welfare right now, fam. Chantel says, Q, what is the salary cap for Atlanta and Carolina compared to the Saints? Oh, my goodness. Let's pull it up, shall we? That'll be the last thing I do before I kind of get in the win here. Hold on. Let me pull up over the cap. I know when I did the Jets, when I looked at the difference between the Jets and the Saints, the Jets were like 20 million. Carolina is 21.2. They put them on screen. Here it is right here. Carolina is 21.2 million in the black. Right? So see, that's another thing when your competitors have money and you don't have it. You're at a disadvantage severely. And let me see what the Falcons are. The Falcons, everybody is we the worst. Head and shoulders. What the hell does the Falcon? There you go. They 10 million in a hole. That's nothing, man. You know, boy, you know what it means for us to be $10 million in the red, man. A restructure here or there, you know. Yeah, they 10 million in the hole. Saints sitting up here, man, 50. What is it now? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you look at it, fam, and you look at the other teams and see your competitors, Tampa Bay won a division. They 2.6 million in the black. You know, well, you gotta understand, we got 60 players on our team. Well, I know we got 60 players, so that means that explains why we're $50 million in the red. We got 60 players. That's what he said. And so it's not because you making bad money moves, affording quarterbacks that you couldn't afford. I'm making Lomas. We couldn't afford Derek Carr. We couldn't afford him. Look at that. Look at that number. $52.3 million as of right now. The Saints are in the red. My goodness. Crazy. Hold on now. We got 61 players and we're $52 million in the red. You know what that means? That means that's why we got $50 million. That hold on now, Mickey. Hold on now. We just seen a team that had 60-something players on it. And they're not, wasn't it Carolina? 54 for Carolina? No, it was I just seen a team that had 60-something players. I think it was the Falcons. Falcons had 53. I just seen somebody that had like was it Tampa? Yeah, Tampa got 62 and they're 2.6 million. Liar. Well, hold on now. The Saints have 60 players on the team. That's why we're $50 million in the red. Tampa Bay has 62 people on their team, and they 2.6 million in the black. How you explain that, Loomis? And their team done won four straight years the NFC South. How do you explain that? Just a liar, man. Y'all remember he said that? Oh, that's why. No, it ain't why, man. You crazy. All right, KB, shout out to you, baby. Appreciate you for being that as well. Appreciate you. But yeah, man, there's people crazy. Thank you, Queen.
I want to say thank you very much. Picking me up, bringing me back to this world.
Oh, he said, hold on now. Well, hold on. That's why we got that. We got $50 million. We got 60 players on. Remember, he put one in the chat if y'all remember him saying that. He said that. That's how he justified being $50 million in the red. We got 60 players on our team. Most people got 30 people. I just showed you a team with 62 people. That's $2.6 million in the black. That guy just lies. He lies. Those are bad contracts that he did. He sold he sold the future out for the present. That's what happened. That's what kicking the can gets you. That's when kicking the can goes wrong. That's what he was doing. So the hell with Mickey Loomis, man. Lying about everything. Y'all remember that? He said that. They just say anything, man. They just say anything. I'm uncomfortable. Yeah. Jack says I'm I'm comfortably uncomfortable. Yeah, what? He said that. Because this is like I said, man, I would be a lot more optimistic if I seen a reason to be in terms of the leadership, like you got a plan. But it just seemed like I don't see where how this ends unless you do what he been doing, which is the only thing he's going to do is restructure and kick that money into 2026. So you got 52 in the red, and then you got to come all the way down from 52 into zero out at zero, then go further down so you can have a surplus so you can then go to be able to try to participate in the best way you can in free agency. That affects this number that's on screen right now, which is the 2026 number, has 60 million. Scott Chanelay put this up, and I addressed this, and I said he showed this year you being $50 million in the red. Then he showed 2026 and 2027. So he showed 60 million, and then he showed 2027 numbers, which is 221 million. But the truth is 50 million is going to drop on from 25 to 26 and drop that number down. It's going to be a hefty price to pay, man. $50 million is a lot of money, man. And you got people like Paulson Adebo, Chase Young, and they got teams that's, in many reports, people coming after those guys. There are reports teams coming after Paulson Adebo that got money. And Chase Young and all these other guys. Some of your free agents, your productive free agents. So, I don't know, man. We'll see. That's right. That's right. Yes. Yeah. That's. I have to blame Chantel on that one. She got me going again. Yeah, we have to close it down. Yeah, baby, we about to close it down. You know, yeah, baby. We just right before I go, baby. We're gonna hold on now. We're gonna run this off. Hold on. We're gonna run the offering again. Y'all get the baskets out. And they ain't got baskets no more. They got cash apps in the church now. You can cash. You can cash app the Reverend now. You don't have to leave your seat. You can just cash app Reverend Saint. Cash app Reverend Saint. You don't have to leave your seat, baby. Baby, just take out your phone. Just cash app it, baby. You don't have to leave your seat, baby. You can just. And then when you hit the button and you send the money, family, you get a special. It makes a special sound like when you do it. Hold on, let me play y'all this one, man. This the new one that I came up with, right? It was supposed to be like a joke, like for an aggressive reverend that's trying to get you to give. Check it out.
Stay cool. Nobody gets hurt. Take the money out. All of it. Come on. Wasting my time now. Come on. Stop stalling. Get the money out. Stay cool. Nobody gets hurt. Take the money out. All of it. Come on. Wasting my time now. Come on. Stop stalling.
Oh man, Samuel Jackson is a trip, man. All right, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Let me get on up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all for being in the stream, man. Thank y'all, man, for listening to me tonight. I'll be back. Oh, man. All right, listen, I'm going to holler at y'all later, man. I'll be back on Tuesday stream, man. We'll be talking about breaking down some people off for the draft, man. We have I think we did the defensive linemen and the edge rushers and who was it else? I forgot. Was it the wide receivers and edge rushers? We got another position group we'll be doing tomorrow on Patreon, our Patreon Tuesday special. Also, the first mock draft of my mock draft season I'm doing there as well. Pretty good mock that I'm sure, and I got the breakdown going along with it. So we'll do all that tomorrow on our Patreon stream. So if y'all want to check that out, y'all can join. Hit the link. It's pinned in the chat, man, for that. So you can join our Patreon family, man. I appreciate all y'all for y'all support and y'all listening. Listen, thank y'all, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. We're gonna get through this together. I know this is tough times for the Who Dat Nation right now. But hey, man, tough times make great people. That's what it is, man. And there's no one greater than the mighty Who Dat Nation, man. That's what I say, man. Anyway, I'm gonna get on out on that. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna holler at y'all on Tuesday. Much love. Who Dat take?
Yeah. Boogie like Benson, I'm a Who Dat. I'm a Who Dat. Long as I'm living, I'm a Who Dat. Lose or winning, I'm a Who Dat. Sports Coma, yeah, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like Benson, I'm a Who Dat. I'm a Who Dat. Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Somebody please better help. Running this thing like Elf. I thank God every day I'm not a felt. Go to YouTube Live with Big Q and the guys. If you ain't ride or die, the bandwagon get flipped. Been marching in, that was way for the ring. I was yelling out your shame for the championship. Bucking on town, duck down. Falcons, pluck, get shut down. Panthers ain't much touchdown. The vision really belong to us now. So much hate on the Saints, you could probably tell. Ever since Bounty Gate hit the NFL, when things seem fishy and you probably smell the crooked referees on Roger Goodell. Yeah, probably like this and I'm a Who Dat. Every day I'm living, I'm a Who Dat. Lose or winning, I'm a Who Dat. It's the Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like Benson, I'm a Who Dat. It's the Sports Coma, this is where we do that.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Continues to be the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, BetOnline provides you with all the action and the ability to watch the games as they happen. With the largest selection of odds on everything from football, the NBA, and college basketball, NHL to UFC. Head to BetOnline today and don't forget to use promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for your welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online. The game starts here.
WhoThatDaily.com. That's right, the WhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing. So if you're a Who Dat and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, the WhoThatDaily.com is your site. The WhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who Dat in all of us. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. Remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out the Pro Shop and Who Dat Nation.